Come on, crank it. Crank it. Crank it.
Happy Wednesday. So I'm back traveling and I want to share some of my travels like I used to back in the day when we could travel. So this week is what would have been considered Black Bike Week or Atlantic Bike Week down in Myrtle Beach. It's somewhere I used to go to. I went there. I've probably been maybe 4 or 5 times, but within the past few years, I've stopped going. Um, Last year was kind of canceled due to COVID, but there was still some people at the beach. I went to the beach, but I left on Saturday. But anyway, last year. But this year, um, I'm back. And I just wanted to give a little bit of history on what Black Bike Week is, because I know when people hear it, they think about, parties and all the wildness that people say is going on there. But really, what goes on there is what you want. When you go there, you can, there are people who bike clubs that go, there are very young people that go, some people are wild and do a lot of drinking. Some people just like to go as groups just to hang out and ride bikes and admire the different bikes that comes down. And I say down because I'm in North Carolina, it's in South Carolina, so that's why I say down, depending on where you are, whether it's coming up or coming down. But anyway, and let me say this: people all as far as Texas, California, all over the country come to this event. They will put these bikes on the back of a trailer, like a tractor trailer. They will hire a truck driver to bring their bikes, and they will fly in. And that same truck driver, of course, will take their bikes back after the week is over. But anyway, the history of Black Bike Week, it originally was called Atlantic Beach Memorial Day Bike Fest. That was the original name, Atlantic Beach Memorial Day Bike Fest, because back in the 60s and 70s, Atlantic Beach was really where the black people went, right after, I guess, segregation, or right during segregation. Atlantic Beach was what the black beach was in Myrtle Beach. And so the Flaming Night Riders Motorcycle Club started the official Black Week in 1980. The first rally drew about 100 participants. In 1982, the Flaming Night Riders were renamed the Carolina Night Riders Motorcycle Club. So now this same event draws about 400,000 people or more. And for the most part, people my age, which, I'm over 40, I'm really nearly 51, we stay on the north end in Atlantic. Younger people generally stay in Myrtle Beach. There's not really a South Myrtle Beach, but there is a North Myrtle Beach and an Atlantic. So that's where the older people usually stay and congregate, and then the younger people stay on the other end. But again, it draws a crowd of excess of 400,000 people in the area. The explosion of visitors have happened every year for an extended weekend of motorcycle racing, concerts, parties, street festivals. And like I said before, during the 1960s and 1970s, in the thick of segregation, many of the black motorcycle people who rode motorcycle, my motorcycle club, having been turned away from Harley Davidson week. Now, Harley Davidson week is the week before, and that's usually the white people. That's the week before Memorial Day. And because they, back in the 70s, 60s, and 70s, black motorcycle riders were turned away from Harley Week, they turned to Atlantic Beach because it was the only beach in the South that permitted black people to visit. That was just a few years ago, y'all. The 60s and the 70s. I was born in 1970. So that's the history of Black Bike Week, or the Spring Rally, as it's called. It's called so many different things. And generally people go down maybe on Saturday and leave on Saturday. I generally go down Tuesday or Wednesday and leave on Memorial Day. Is generally what me and my crew, as I like to call them, do. So I just wanted to give you a little history of that, because I will, this whole weekend, be sharing videos of me at Bike Week. Now, this year it was actually in Atlantic Beach. It was actually officially canceled. And the only thing that didn't mean that we couldn't go down because the beach is open. It didn't mean we couldn't go down there. It just means that generally they used to have this on one of the streets, and I can't remember exactly what street it was, but the whole street would be vendors. I mean, from one end of the street all the way to the other, for miles. Vendors, t-shirts. They would sell the vests for the motorcycle clubs. They would sell drinks. They would sell food. You can get like your turkey legs and your seasoned corn on the cob. I mean, any and all types of food. So they would do concerts on the street, and they would open up the street the vendors would start coming like 10 a.m. in the morning, and they wouldn't leave till like 3 a.m. at night. And it was, like I said, it was a street miles and miles long that extended from all the way from the start of the street all the way down to the beach of that street. With all types of vendors. They would sell mixtapes. I mean, anything you could think of, vendors would be out there selling. Well, that part they canceled. Due to COVID, they canceled it last year and they canceled it again this year. But people are still going. Those bikers are still going down. And I am attending. So that's so I will be sharing some. I don't know how much footage I get. Right now, as you just saw, is very few bikers here. Very, very few. But as time go on, I'm expecting more. As we get closer to the weekend, I'm expecting to see more and more bikers. I love motorcycles. I love motorcycles. I love the sound of it. I like the way they smell. I like the way they smell, a ride and feel. I love motorcycles. So I'm looking forward to the motorcycles coming. I haven't been at a Bike Week in... Last year really didn't count because it really wasn't a Bike Week, but so I haven't been into a Bike Week in about, I would say, 5 years. So I'm looking forward to this. And as I told y'all yesterday in the video that I did yesterday, I'm meeting up with some friends that I haven't seen since COVID, haven't seen in over a year. So I'm looking forward to that. So hope you enjoy, those of you who watch. Hope you enjoy my videos. I'm going to be back to sharing travel information and travel videos and cruise information and cruise videos, because travel has started back up again. And I would like to share with you how you can travel and not break the bank. You can afford to travel. Trust me on that. You can afford to do it, and you can do it all yourself. Okay. Now the travel agents are going to get mad at me. You don't need a travel agent. You can do it yourself. In fact, you probably come out better if you do. But anyway, don't tell any travel agents I said that, because they get real upset with me when I say that. But anyway, before I begin to ramble, this is Miss Cruiser. Please like, share, and subscribe. Whatever you choose to do this weekend, please stay safe. We're still in the middle of a pandemic. The numbers are better. The numbers are much better. There's less people catching COVID, less people passing from it. But I didn't say no people was not catching it or no people were passing from it. I said less. So you don't want to be a part of the less. So please continue to keep yourself safe in this pandemic.